ROG Xbox Ally X. Okay, eto na yung hinihintay kong handheld gaming PC. Nag-collab daw sila si Microsoft at si Asus para gawin tong napaka-angas, napaka-powerful na handheld gaming PC. Guys, sobrang excited ako dito kasi nga, syempre madalas tayong gumamit ng Nintendo Switch 2. Kaya lang kasi mga Nintendo games lang yung pwede kong laruin dito. Ang dami mga games na gusto kong laruin, handheld, on the go. Gusto ko sana bumili ng Steam Deck, kaya lang parang mas feel ko to, mas malakas, mas mabilis, at mas kompleto. Wait lang, unbox na natin to. Ito si ROG Xbox Ally X. Please be watching Unbox Diaries. Woohoo! Thank you so much Asus Philippines para dito. Bongga yung box. Anything that's ROG is bongga. They really want the unboxing experience to be extra special. So ito yung unit sa harapan. Akala ko dalawa po siyang box pero isang box lang pala siya na sandwich. Ayan, buksan na natin. And inside we're getting paper. Super cool. May QR code sa likod. May konting instructions. And here's the unit itself, wrapped in plastic. And underneath we're getting the extra boxes. Oh, ang ganda. Pati yung mga boxes, extra nice. Matte finish pa. Syempre, yung mga warranty card and other papers. And dito, we're getting the charger and the cable. And that's pretty much it. Wait, underneath ng cover niya, meron pang box dito na nakadikit. Ooh, may stand pa siya. Tingnan natin. Okay. Ooh, may stand pa nakasama. That is so cool. Para pwede ka maglaro ng paganyan sa table. Or pwede mo siya i-connect sa keyboard and mouse. Yes, pwede siyang desktop mode pala. Or a controller. Pwede. By the way, this is only cardboard, which is pretty okay kasi nga gusto mo lightweight lang po siya. Can carry anywhere, and simple to set up. Now, this is the actual unit itself, the ROG Xbox Ally X. Take note, this is ROG branding from Asus. Last year, meron pong ROG Ally X po si Asus. Hindi pa siya Xbox branded. Ito po ay mas mabilis, mas maganda yung kanyang form factor, mas pina-Xbox na po yung kanyang itsura. And probably that's the best thing about this handheld kasi nga, ang pinaka-comfortable ko na hawakan na handheld controller is si Xbox controller. And having that form factor here in ergonomics just makes it a much more compelling device. In other words, sobrang komportable. Parang nakahawak talaga sa Xbox controller. But the whole unit itself is quite chunky. Napakalaki, guys. It's very thick. All over. Medyo mabigat po siya. Guys, it's even heavier than the old ROG Ally. Now, this thing weighs about 715 grams. Mas mabigat pa siya kay original ROG Ally, which is 670 grams lang po yun. And wala po siyang stand na nakadikit sa likod. Unlike the Nintendo Switch 2, sa sobrang taba niya, mas makapal pa rin siya kaysa sa dalawang Nintendo Switch 2 na pinagpatong. Pero in terms of comfort, form factor, wala akong masabi, guys. Talagang talong-talong niya sa Switch 2. Sobrang komportable niyang hawakan. Although may bigat siya, still, tinan mo to yung mga games na nalalaro ko dito. Alam mo yung parang naka PS5 ka na mobile? Ganun pa yung feeling, no? I downloaded NBA 2K26 here. And sheesh! Dapat pa paniwala na ganito yun na yung graphics na kaya mong makuha sa isang handheld gaming device. This is all on the go. Usually, kapag ka nagalaro ka ng NBA, yung ito klaseng graphics kapag ka tumira and then na-turn over, kapag nag-i-switch yung camera ng parang ganyan, usually nag-frame drop po yan. But here, ang smooth po ng pag-turn around ng camera, which is so impressive. I remember may laptop ako before. It's a gaming laptop, pero wow, laglalag po yun. Although 1080p lang po to this one is only 1080p running on this device, which is totally okay na kasi nga hindi mo rin makita yung difference ng 4K or 1080p dito sa maliit na screen na to. By the way, yung screen niya po ay 7 inches lang po. Halos kasing laki ng isang iPhone 16 or 17 Pro Max. Medyo may mga bezels siya dyan at IPS LCD lang po yan. The screen is pretty okay in terms of brightness. You will not be able to enjoy this under direct sunlight. Medyo kukulang ka sa brightness. By the way, 120Hz refresh rate display po to, which means up to 120 IPS po yung gameplay na pwede mong ma-achieve sa device na to. By the way, you need to know about the ports. Syempre, ito na po may power button pa siya sa taas, headphone jack, meron pa siyang micro SD card slot, at syempre dalawang Type-C ports. Yung isa, guys, Thunderbolt 4 na umabot ng 40 Gbps of transfer speeds. By the way, sa ilalim ng ports, yung magkabilaan, meron po siyang ventilation po dito. Dito lumalabas yung mainit na hangin. And you even get those heat sinks inside. And based on my initial impressions, naglaro ko na NBA for about 1 hour, hindi po uminit whatsoever yung game sa mga kamay ko. Simply because yung init niya, medyo warm lang po dito po siya banda. So when you're playing, it's not uncomfortable. Parang nakaka-controller ka na talaga doon sa gilid, guys. Walang init, walang hindrance. Hindi po siya katulad ng mga cellphone, guys. Pag uminit yung cellphone, di ba? Umiinit din po yung controllers nyo, which is uncomfortable. Nag-i-sweat din po kayo. But this one may separation, which is pretty nice. I'm also loving the shoulder triggers. Tignan mo to mayroon siyang wing-shaped triggers para sa RT and LT. Meron pa siyang LB and RB dito. Kung hindi nyo pa alam, yan po yung layout ni Xbox controller. And of course, syempre, yung mga buttons dito, YB, AX, D-pad, at syempre yung kanyang Hall Effect joysticks na umiilaw. You can actually change that inside sa kanyang software. Oh, by the way, bago makalimutan, meron pa siyang extra button sa likod. Customizable back buttons kung kailangan na ng extra functionality. Now, the whole thing is made out of plastic. Plastic po, yung buong katawan. Which is okay lang naman. Nintendo Switch 2 is also plastic. Maganda yan para magaan lang po yung device. Ang hindi wala magustuhan dito is kanyang display. Madali pong mag-smudge yung display. Oh, by the way, touchscreen din yung display pwede ka mag-type dito. May problema lang siya in terms of accuracy. So, mas maganda yung typing experience kapag may keyboard ka talaga and mouse. Although, pwede ka naman mag-input using the controller. Now, so far, tatlo na po yung aking gaming handheld devices. Nintendo Switch 1, Nintendo Switch 2, at ito. The main reason kung bakit nila pa bumibili ng mga ganito, ayoko po na complexity. Gusto ko po console-like experience. Yung tipong pagbukas mo ng device, hanapin mo yung game, at maglaro ka na. And of course, syempre, optimize na yung game sa pinaka-okay na settings niya. Para sa akin kasi, since fixed na po yung mga components nito, hindi mo na pwedeng i-upgrade. It just makes sense na dapat optimize na po yung mga games para ma-enjoy mo na yung laro. Siyempre, ayaw mo yung tweak and tweak. Gusto mo na talaga, mag-enjoy ka na lang. Dali mo to sa labas, buksan mo, just play with it. If you want a much more powerful device, mag-PC ka na lang, pre. Or mag-laptop ka na lang, pwede naman, no? Pero kasi ang main point talaga ng mga device nito is, pwede mo siya ilagay sa bag, ilabas mo, turn on mo lang, pick up where you left off, and there you go. Kahit saan yan. Mapa na sa airplane ka, nasa bus, wag sa Pilipinas ha. Nakakatakot. Mapa school? By the way, kapag nasa airplane ka, syempre, minsan ang hirap ilabas ng gaming laptop. Kailangan pa ng malaking brick, di ba? Para isaksak, para gumana yung kanyang graphics card. This one, hindi mo na kailangan nun. Although yung battery life, guys, hindi ko pa natitest ng todo, okay? Syempre, kaka-unbox ko lang po. I will have a full review of this coming soon. But so far, the experience has been very stellar. Yun nga lang, no, pagbukas mo, the first thing that will pop up when you boot up is Windows 11 or Windows Operating System. Meaning, hindi po siya traditional na console UI. Pero Asus was able to make this much more simple with the Armoury Crate. Pag kinlik mo, it will automatically download the Steam app. Si Xbox app ay pre-installed na po yan sa Windows, so don't worry about that. Now, don't quote me on this, pero parang nabasa ko to somewhere na yung mga first buyers daw po ng device na to is may libre na po silang Game Pass for 1 year. Hindi ko sure kung ultimate yun pero ayun, may libre na. Makapaglaro ka na agad. Pero meron mga games dyan from the Xbox app or sa Steam, no? Kung kumpleto ka sa Steam, all you need to do is boot up, sign in, and download your games. At ayun na po. So, testing kami ng mga bagong games, NBA 2K26, Hades 2, Hollow Knight, Silksong. Wala na siya problema sa Silksong. Hindi naman ganun kabigat si Silksong. Kaya po niya si Elden Ring. Kaya po niya si GTA 5. By the way, meron pa siyang 1 terabyte of storage dito. I was able to download all these games. At meron pa siyang extra, which is pretty nice. By the way, pwede mo daw upgrade yung kanyang storage. Naka M.2 storage po to. And you can upgrade this daw up to 8 terabytes. Digital Foundry was able to upgrade it in a few minutes. Tatanggalin lang daw yung kanyang screw sa likod. Tanggalin yung chassis. Pero check nyo lang po yun. Pero ingat na lang kayo guys ha. Baka ma-void yung warranty nyo. Depende daw sa region yan. But if you want more storage, syempre, kailangan mag-upgrade. By the way, ito pala yung specs ng Xbox Ally X. Powered by the AMD Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme. Ito pa ay 8 cores compared sa 4 cores lang po ni Steam Deck. It even has 24GB of LPDDR5X na RAM. Malaki yung display. 7 inches, Full HD po siya. IPS, 120Hz refresh rate, 500 nits of brightness. May freezing premium. And the display is very scratch resistant. Corning Gorilla Glass Victus po to, the same type of glass na ginagamit sa mga flagship na smartphone. Although pwede mo rin lagyan to ng mga tempered glass or screen protector if you want extra protection. Para kung pinupunasan mo siya ng tissue ng ganyan, hindi siya magasgas agad. Naka Wi-Fi 6E na po to, Bluetooth 5.4. This is a very capable machine. Now when you go into the software, ito po yung bubungad sa inyo, okay? So pag nag-swipe up ka sa ilalim, lalabas po yung Windows, yan yung mga apps niya, pero medyo nakakalito yan. Oh, by the way, meron na siya Microsoft apps dito Word, Excel, PowerPoint, ayan na po, meron na yan. Pero kung gusto mo na simple, parang console mode lang, meron po siya ditong Xbox button. Pagka-click mo niyan, lalabas po yung game na currently na tumatakbo, yung Xbox app, ayan, or yung Steam app. Para hindi ka mawala guys dito sa device na to. Just click the Xbox app. Tapos syempre si Armoury Crate button. Pag click mo yan, lalabas po yung para command center niya. Dito pwede mong kalikutin yung mga settings niya. O pwede mo siya mas pabilisan pa. 25 watts turbo, 17 watts performance, 13 watts silent. Kung gusto makatipid ng battery guys, i-Windows mo lang yun or silent kung hindi man gano'n kabigat yung game. You can also change the resolution. Pwedeng 1080p, 720p, 900p if you want to save a lot of battery. Meron din siyang FPS limiter dito kung gusto mong may limit yung FPS mo lagi. Pwede naman. Yung sounds niya malakas guys, buong buo. Tapos nagugulat na lang ako guys, ang dami masyado niyang settings dito na pwedeng kalikutin for performance, for the lighting, calibrating the display. Then sa other side naman, meron siya dalawang button dito, which is yung game library. Pagka click mo yan, pagka nasa Steam ka, lalabas po yung mga Steam games mo. Or kapag nasa Xbox app ka, lalabas po yung mga Xbox games mo. And of course, syempre yung start button, ito na po. Yung tatlong linya na yan. Syempre, that is my first impressions lang po. Meron pa tayong full review nito. Kailangan ko pa siya kalikutin sa more. I need to discover everything. But right now, it's looking very good. Mabilis lang po yung download ng mga games. Nagulat ako sa sobrang bilis. We're using Wi-Fi 6E kasi dito. By the way, sa mga nagtatanong pala, hindi po siya gumagamit ng mga physical disc, no? Hindi po ganun yung bala niya. So, everything is like digital here. Nope, wala pong mga CD-ROM to. Wala po siyang cartridge lang. Except for rin sa SD card, pero kasi hindi po yung games yung nilalagay dyan. Na performance-wise, syempre, kapag ka medyo mabibigat na games na like Cyberpunk, tapos gusto mo ng ultra talaga lahat, tapos ray tracing pa, medyo mahirapan na siya. Yun yung nakita ko dito. Pero most games naman guys is super playable. Looks so beautiful here. Siguro yung kulang na lang is OLED display. And you even have option for Windows 11. So pwede mo rin siyang gawing desktop, PC. Pwede ka na mag-MU. Bago ko sabihin yan. The possibilities are endless. Siyempre, gusto na malaman if okay yung kanyang battery. Which I will tell you in a few months or weeks. Pero ito pala yung pricing niya sa Philippines. Ito na po. Now, my unit is the ROG Xbox Ally X, which is 56,995 pesos. Meron pa siyang lesser powerful na ROG Xbox Ally lang, walang X, which is only 36,995 pesos. Yung isa, less features, less powerful, that is the white color. So, yung black color, mas mahal. Yung white color, mas mura. Less powerful yon, less features. So, kung gusto mo ng the best of the best, kailangan mo gumastos ng ganito. Now, if you want to see the full review of the ROG Xbox Ally X, more games, more settings, more discovery, mag-subscribe ka lang! Hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any of my great content. Because I've been watching Unbox Diaries. Whoa!